Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you early on your Monday morning. It is 4:42 a.m. on the central side of the time zone for Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th, 2024. And we got to talk about some weather. Been telling you for the last day or so that there was the possibility of severe weather across East Alabama and West Georgia early for your Monday morning. And here we are. We have a line of thunderstorms that moved into the state of Alabama about an hour or so ago. And the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch, which now covers portions of East Alabama. In our coverage area, it gets Cleburne, Calhoun, Clay, and Randolph, and Talladega. Also gets down into Coosa, Tallapoosa, and Chambers. This does not cover any of our West Georgia counties, and this is a severe thunderstorm watch, which will remain in effect until 9 a.m. this morning. Kind of see there on the radar that we do have some scattered heavy thunderstorms. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings this morning to the north and northeast of Birmingham up there in the Gadsden area. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning over in the state of Georgia. We had a couple of tornado warnings about 30 minutes ago across northeast Alabama and northwest Georgia. But this line of thunderstorms moving into an area that is still conducive to produce severe weather, but we have noticed a trendward down in intensity over the last 15 or 20 minutes or so. But still, these storms are packing a pretty good punch, and so the Storm Prediction Center has issued a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of central, west, central, and east central Alabama. Again, that watch goes out until 9 a.m. this morning. If you're up here in northeast Georgia or north Georgia, we have a special weather statement along this entire line. And we also have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings over there in the Rome area and then just to the northwest of Dahlonega. If you're in Alabama, multiple counties under severe thunderstorm warnings at this hour. Cherokee County, and then back over just north of Gadsden, that area under a severe thunderstorm warning. And then we have the watch, which covers all of East Alabama, Central Alabama, and West Alabama. If we look back in Mississippi, we have a tornado watch that's still valid over there from Jackson north. At the moment, we don't see anything severe taking place in Mississippi. So, this may be a glancing blow at severe weather, for lack of better terms, this morning. Some of these storms could still be at severe limits or just below severe limits as they move into East Alabama. But at the moment, unless we see some re-intensification, at the moment, we're not looking at any tornadic activity out there across East Alabama or West Georgia or any of the storms that will eventually be moving into East Alabama or West Georgia. So a couple of things I want to do. First of all, I want to switch radars right quick and go to let's go take Birmingham. Give me just a second to get this set up. All right, that is Atlanta. Let's switch to Birmingham. It'll take just a second for this to load. And I want to see exactly where that convection is lining up to the north of East Alabama. Good morning, Chrissy Smith, watching from Cragford. Also, Dakota is watching us this morning from the Corinth community in Randolph. I know it's early. I got rocked out of bed early this morning as well. But here we are. We kind of expected this would be a situation we were going to have to deal with. And radar's taking its sweet time this morning. That's what it does. Again, you'll see that orange outline area is your your severe thunderstorm watch. That was issued about 15, 20 minutes ago. And that will go until 9 a.m. this morning. Again, note that this does not cover any of our West Georgia counties. It's just our East Alabama counties back into the Birmingham area and then off to the southwest back across West Alabama. We have got some weather going on up here in North Georgia as well. A special weather statement has just been issued hang on just one second, for those of you in North Georgia watching us, let me give this to you. This is going to be a strong thunderstorm will impact portions of towns, northern Lumpkin and central Gilmer, northern White, Union, and Fannin through 6:15 a.m. this morning. At 5:45, a line of strong thunderstorms was along a line extending from near Hiawassee to Vogel State Park to near Amicalola Falls State Park and moving east at 75 miles per hour. Wow, that joker's trucking. The hazard with this is 40 to 50 mile per hour wind, pea-sized hail, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning. Heads up, Helen, Georgia. That's probably going to move right into your area. And I got to tell you, I am probably not going to be able to stay with you very long. It looks like this line of storms will affect my area up here in northeast Georgia before it gets into East Alabama. So I'm probably going to spend about 10 minutes with you this morning, and then I'm going to have to step aside and take care of my daytime duties. The one that buys the groceries, because I am an emergency manager up here in Georgia, so I may have to go deal with some of that. Good morning, Samantha in Alexander City. But again, we're here with you this morning because we have a severe thunderstorm watch that's been issued for East Alabama and West Georgia. When I put the radar in motion, you can get a general idea of the direction this stuff is moving. And though this line to the north is sinking a little bit south of due east, I think the majority of East Alabama will have to watch this stuff coming through Birmingham, and maybe this cluster of storms northeast of Meridian, Mississippi would be the most likely scenario if there's going to be severe weather in East Alabama. I think that's probably where it's going to come from. But that's still a ways off, so we've got at least an hour, maybe two, before we have any real severe weather threat here in East Alabama or West Georgia. Kind of a unique look this morning into the Dr. Don studios. This is a new shot that we put together last night. There's the Dr. Don coffee cup. If you'd like to get one, you can click the link and go over to our weather store and pick up a Dr. Don coffee cup. That helps support us here at Dr. Don's Weather. But this kind of gives you an inside look at what's happening behind the scenes as we cover severe weather. Now, let me go over here and zoom in. Well, that's not what we wanted to do at all. Let's get that reset. And so what we want to do is zoom in on East Alabama and West Georgia. That's what we're looking for. And show you that right now we have nothing going on across the area, but we do have that severe thunderstorm watch for Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, Randolph, Clay, Talladega, and Cleburne, also up into the Calhoun areas. Tornado watch continues from Cherokee County back over to Gadsden and then down to Aniana. And, boy, you see those big thunderstorms up there coming into the center area and about to move into Gadsden as well. Some pretty good-sized thunderstorms up there. Looking back over in North Georgia, I'm located right about, well, there, where that white mark is. And so you'll see what's coming in my general direction. We have a very strong thunderstorm up there around Blue Ridge, down to Ellijay, and then back down to about Jasper. I think the strongest of this is going to be right there near Jasper. That's where the strongest indication of a hail core is located. So that should probably slip a little bit south of the Dahlonega, Cleveland, Helen area. But Gainesville down to around Buford may have to deal with a pretty strong thunderstorm here in just a few moments. And then we have torrential rainfall, lots of lightning, and gusty winds coming into Dahlonega, Helen, Cleveland. And again, this storm system moving at about 75 miles per hour. So this is going to be a fast-moving front that's not going to hang around for a tremendous amount of time. Hello, Rome, Georgia. There's Michael. Good to have you in here this morning. We zoom back out to give you kind of an overall picture of a good look at this. And let me go over and take a couple of things off because there's a lot going on the radar this morning. I'll take the lightning off. It makes it a little easier to see. And we also want to take the severe watches off. Now that makes it a little easier to see the storms. Let me stop the radar and take it current, and then we'll show you where the heaviest storms are taking place this morning. Again, just northwest of Rome. So Michael, hunker down. You got a really heavy storm coming in to the Rome area. The hail core looks pretty significant up there to the northwest of Rome. You're under a special weather statement right now. Nothing severe. This storm is just below severe limits. Good morning, Josh Caldwell up on Weiss Lake. Roanoke, Alabama. There's Miss Shirley. Eddie's watching us in Wadowee. But, Michael, you've got that very heavy thunderstorm there just north and west of downtown Rome, about to move through your area. The other really heavy one in Georgia is up here around Jasper. That's moving to the southeast as well. Probably going to catch Dawsonville, Canton, and eventually we're looking at probably Kennesaw and Cedartown. We'll get in on this action as well. And then back in Alabama, the only special weather statement we have right now is going to be up here in northeast Alabama, and that's a special weather statement in effect until 5:30 this morning. And that's going to be for places like Fort Payne, Rainsville, Crossville, Fife, Geraldine, Pine Ridge. But very heavy rainfall. Albertville, Aniana, Walnut Grove, Gadsden. That stretches all the way down to near Warrior, just north of Birmingham. Heavy rain now in downtown Birmingham. Strong thunderstorm near North Johns. And that line continues right down the I-20 corridor to Vance. About to move into Brent, over there toward Moundville, Greensboro. You're about to get in on the action. Etowah, Utah, Union, Gainesville, Alabama, Demopolis, special weather statement over there. But when I come back over into East Alabama and West Georgia, you'll see there's absolutely nothing going on right now. And it's probably going to be a minute before you start to have some storms move into East Alabama and West Georgia. I'll put the watches back on. You'll see that all of East Alabama, Central Alabama, and West Central Alabama now under a severe thunderstorm watch. This watch will go out until 9 a.m. Central this morning. Alexander City's in the house. There's Beverly. Gina's watching us over in West Point. Okay, we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to be up in northeast Georgia. And it is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, the National Weather Service in Greenville is issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Habersham, Rabun County, and Macon County in western North Carolina. At 5:55, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 5 miles east of Andrews to 8 miles east of Hayesville, North Carolina, to 7 miles south of Hiawassee, moving to the east at 40 miles per hour, 60 miles per hour. Wind gusts, penny-sized hail expected. Locations in the path of this storm include Franklin, Clayton, Highlands, North Carolina, Mountain City, Tiger, Dillard, Sky Valley, Lake Burton, and Black Rock Mountain State Park up there in Rabun County. So that's going to be, and you can't see it very well here. Let me see if we can switch to the Greenville radar right quick and I can show it to you. It'll take just a second, but the severe thunderstorm is going to be affecting this area up here in northeast Georgia. Places like Clayton, Dillard, Mountain City, Highlands, North Carolina, probably over toward Clemson, South Carolina. And they're warning for this area here that is moving in this general direction. Now, that's up in northeast Georgia. And I got to be quite honest with you. This area of the storm, which is back on the southwestern flank, is much stronger looking to me, but now it's a lot closer to the Atlanta radar. So it's kind of hard to see this storm on Greenville because of the Appalachian chain right here. Apparently Greenville's maybe looking at High Top, and they may be seeing something in there that the Greenville radar is just not showing yet. Once it crosses over the Appalachian chain here just north of Clayton, then it will show up on the Greenville radar a lot better. So let me go back down to East Alabama, West Georgia. We'll go back to Birmingham. Yeah, let's take Birmingham. Scott's watching us down on Lake Harding this morning. Good to have you, Scott. Gina's asking a question. Will this storm head toward West Point? Yes, it will. But, Gina, what you need to be paying attention to as far as West Point is concerned will be this stuff over here. It will be sliding off to the east, maybe a little bit south of due east. So we're watching this cluster of storms north of Greensboro, stretching all the way up to Birmingham. That's what would affect East Alabama and West Georgia. This line of storms you see north of Gadsden back over into Georgia, moving east, southeast, will probably make it as far south as the Atlanta metro as it moves in. But this activity back from Birmingham down to Greensboro is what will eventually affect East Alabama and West Georgia. This stuff right in here. And we'll put it moving in about that direction. All right, so we have a new special weather statement just issued, and this is probably going to cause me to have to step aside for a bit. Yeah, I hear thunder rumbling outside now. Yeah, this is going to be a strong thunderstorm will impact portions of northern Paulding, Floyd, northern Hall, Gordon, southern, Cherokee, Forsyth, northern Harrelson, northern Cobb, Lumpkin, southern Gilmer, southern White, Dawson, north central Fulton, Polk, Pickens, and Bartow counties through 6:30 a.m. At 5:58 a.m., a line of strong thunderstorms was located along a line extending from near Nimbleville to White to near Cave Springs and moving to the southeast at 30 miles per hour. 40 to 50 mile per hour wind, pea-sized hail, and frequent cloud-to-ground lightning will be possible. So places like Marietta, Rome, Gainesville, Canton, Cartersville, Cleveland, Calhoun, Dallas, Cedartown, Cumming, Dahlonega, Jasper, Dawsonville, Roswell, Alpharetta, Milton, Kennesaw, Woodstock, and Ackworth are in the path of this storm. Let me clear that off, and we'll run back up here and show you that they are actually warning for every county along the path of this storm. It's not a warning, it's a special weather statement. But these storms are pretty hefty, so I'd pay attention to this if I'm in the path of this storm. And I'm actually located right here in extreme southwest White. So I could throw a rock off my front porch and hit Lumpkin and Northern Hall. And again, the northern extent of this line you can't see very well because we're looking at Birmingham. So Birmingham is picking up multiple hail cores all that far away from the radar site. So that's shaping up to be a pretty hefty storm that's moving down into portions of northwest and northeast Georgia this morning. All right, so here's the deal, folks. We're on the air because of a severe thunderstorm watch, which has been issued for East Alabama, Central Alabama, and West Central Alabama, primarily for this line of thunderstorms that you see stretching from Demopolis all the way up to Birmingham and then on up to Gadsden. And let's see what we've got going on here. Again, this is going to be now a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, that's the severe thunderstorm warning for Habersham, Rabun, and Macon counties up in northeast Georgia. But since we don't have anything going on across East Alabama or West Georgia, and we do have something going on up here in northeast Georgia, I am going to step aside for a few minutes. Jennifer, we're probably looking at another hour, maybe hour and a half before you see anything across East Alabama and West Georgia. But I'm going to step aside for a few moments so I can monitor things up here in northeast Georgia. Once it clears White County, then I will be back and continue to do coverage this morning for East Alabama and West Georgia. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly. You're watching severe weather coverage on Dr. Don's Weather.